How much anxiety, abandonment, aloneness are you going through at this point in your life? Just write the answer on one of your terrible pages.
Rani is also written, feels like I've had an energetic massage, so calm and serene.
Awesome. Wonderful. The number is a ranking of the intensity, how huge it is, how intense it is. And 0 is not at all. And you can choose any number, 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000. How big is this in your life? Another word that describes all of it is stress. How stressed out are you? How overwhelmed are you? How worried are you? How panicky are you? Write that number down.
And earlier with the giving the love, especially to the stomach, Jumana wrote energy moving sensation from heart to stomach. Angelina, repeat the, yeah, in fact, Nidhu, just while you were writing the question, Nidhu just explained it. So keeping objectivity to, we're all feeling lighter, brighter, freer, but keeping it objective. Whatever is bothering you right now, whatever the number is, is write it on a piece of paper. And we're also writing what it is that's bothering, or just the number.
Just the number.
Just the number. Okay.
It's the number of your distress. It's the number of your aloneness. It's the number of your anxiety and all the other symptoms of anxiety. Overthinking, worrying, suspicious, paranoia, distrust, hyper, overdoing, addictions, whatever it is that is your most distressful part definitely carries anxiety in it, because stress is, it's anxiety, it's aloneness, it is abandonment. So go ahead. By now you'd have written the number down. Have some water.
Neha, the number of whatever you're feeling right now, whatever level of anxiety, stress, worry, all the words Nidhu's just mentioned, whatever it is that you're feeling, write it on paper.
Yeah, struggle. It's impossible to have anxiety and not be struggling. So struggling, suffering, stuckness. You don't know what to do with anxiety. You might get temporary relief, but invariably it comes back, and usually comes back louder. So just take a look at what's bothering you right now, and that's the number you're writing. And as you've written that number, you're going to have a sip of water. And you are going to use both hands, and you're just going to draw the sweetheart around that number. You need not touch the page. Just draw that and put that page away. See what that does to you. Have another sip of water and check your number before and your number now, and that post on the group.
Also post the from and to, or just the, post the from and the to.
The from and the to.
Yeah, please put the higher number before you put the lower number.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had a few instances of having in reverse. Okay, there were a few people like Preet and Nidhi who had put in numbers before. So Preet, Nidhi, put in your fresh numbers now. Okay, so Vaishnavi Pratima has written 7 to 3. Elizabeth has written 6 to 2. Yeah, this is the only 6 to 0, says Angelina.
Woo!
And Naya says from 8 to 2.
Have you ever experienced anything faster?
No.
No.
It's the only time you're allowed to say no on the call.
Or when we do the no protocol.
Or when we do the no protocol, which we have not even gotten into.
Correct.
So
correct.
It's yet to come on.
Yet to come on. It's yet to come on.
She had 8 to 9 before. From there, she's gone to 6.
Nice.
And Angelina also said, did I mention Angelina, 6 to 0?
Yes.
She says, you're magical. Like, you are magical.
Thank you. Thank you. All of y'all are. You know, when we awaken the force within, that force is in all of us. And all of y'all are experiencing your force right now. Your force is awakening right now. And of course, it's going to just keep awakening and awakening and awakening. Basically, we put on the light and switch on the force.
Awesome.
And
Anyother
now,
says feeling very light, 8 to 2, and Meghala says 8 to 5, and
super.
And you're not just putting the light on and awakening the force. I do not have it. I don't have a thing like that, but in a version of it, you are this thing and zoop, and with it you're ready.
That's true.
So that's the lightsaber from Star Wars. Let's not get into that, but you know what I'm saying.
We won't. The way that you measured your problem in number, now put your problem down. And you can put it down on your terrible sheet of paper.
Another one.
Same one. You can use the same.
Same, okay.
Because all of it is going to get crumpled or torn and thrown. So go ahead. 2 minutes. And those of y'all who haven't yet seen the 76 ways in which anxiety does show up in our lives and our bodies, this is your time. So if we have the link on the group or even on the Zoom chat, you have 2 minutes, go through it, write down your problem. But you have to put your pens down in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Go.
And are we listing it like a top 3?
You can.
Okay.
You can. Right now, I'm saying write down whatever you want. Write down everything going on with your aloneness, abandonment, anxiety. Go ahead.
And the list for the link, the link with the list has also been shared on the group. So.
Oh, great.
Okay. So we're taking a 2-minute break just for this.
Just for this.
Okay.
As in where it's not even a break. It's 2 minutes of silence. But nobody is disrupted as they express themselves on the sheet of paper.
Right. And even AR wrote, it was 10, now it's 2.
Fantastic.
And now. For anybody who's just joined in, the call is audible. We're in a moment of silence while a list is being checked and we're putting down our top 3 from there. If you've missed it, don't worry. Just put down 3 things that bother you. Is that okay, Nidhu? You're on mute, Nidhu.
Thank you. Everybody got to write it down in 2 minutes. Does anybody need more than 2 minutes? Does anybody need more time? Just a little more time?
No, I can see Vaishnavi. So that's Vaishnavi Pratima, because initially she was showing us only VISH Vash on the last 2 calls. I've been seeing her on video. Now finally she's put a full name there.
Beautiful name.
Yeah. So we're good to go, Nidhu.
Okay. When you take a look at this, are certain aspects, people, experiences, emotions, feelings, thoughts, whatever is in this problem you have put down, because I want you to take a look at it. I want you to tell me on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is not at all and 10 is very high, the similarity of this story with your childhood.
In numbers?
0 to 10. 0 is not at all similar. 10 is, oh my God, it's the same story.
So basically, they could actually have 3 numbers since they've selected top 3, or will it be one number that encompasses all 3?
Yeah, it'll encompass all 3.
So Preet couldn't understand. Preet, from the top 3, Nidhu, correct me if I'm right, from the top 3 you've written, from there, gauge between 1 to 10, 0 to 10, 0 being least, 10 being most. What aspect of that relates to a childhood memory?
How much of this is identical to your childhood?
How much of it is identical to your childhood?
Not at all identical to, fully the same. Old wine in older bottle. Now, if it is not looking identical at all, take a look at, like Neelu asked just before, what memory does this remind you of from before? Right now you're going through it. Where has this happened to you before? Because it has happened to you before. The first time this story happened to you, what happened? How old were you? And again, you will write all of this down over there.
We don't need it on the group people. We'll need it
The
later.
story is going to be written there. Yeah, only the number I want right now. Although I will ask you all to write a story also.
So with the first one, in fact, Nidhu, as to how identical to childhood, Laurie wrote 10, Vaishnavi Pratima wrote 8, Nitika wrote 8, almost identical. And yes, Dipali is also written 8. Dipali, now the numbers coming in, I don't know if it is for identical or memory.
No, memory, there's no number for
that. Okay, because I said if it's not identical, then look at the memory.
Yeah, that you have to write down. There's no number.
No number. Okay, okay. Oh, memory. Okay, understood. Identical to childhood, number. If not identical, write down the memory.
Yeah.
Got it. Neha says 8, Naya says 4.
Got it. So Naya, take a look at the memory. What does this remind you of?
And
this could remind you of something from your teenage years, young adult years, anything at all. But your earliest memory of it.
AR is written 10 from childhood.
Excellent. For the most part, you can see that we are replaying the same story. And the reason for that is that because when I'm just thinking whether I have to give you the long route or the short route. I think I'm going to go with the short route. It's as simple as this. We get rooted in a story. How does a tree grow? A tree grows identically to its roots. If a tree's roots are damaged, the tree is also not going to be okay. If the tree's roots are good and strong and healthy and firm, well-rooted, the tree will also fulfill its potential. It will grow to its maximum. It will be gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, providing shade to one and all. It will be the home for birds and more birds and different kinds of birds. And it will be one of nature's many gifts to all of us. And we are that tree, because all of us are part of the tree of life. And just like any other tree, we got to check our roots as well. If we're going to get rooted, for example, in purple, we're also going to grow purple. If we get rooted in orange, we're also going to grow orange. If we get rooted in trauma, in abuse, in rejection, in neglect, in abandonment, we're also going to grow a little weak, a little bent, a little held over, not fully able to open up our branches, not fully able to be in the spring of our life, not fully able to be in the best of our health and wealth and relationships. How we root is how we have wings. So if our root is not okay, we're never going to be able to fly. When you have a 10 on 10, this root is going very, very deep because you're still replaying it, right? Now, here's the other thing about us, about the force within, about the tree of life and the tree of light, and about Mother Nature. We all have an inherent system. Biologically, you can understand it as the immunity system. Energetically, you can understand it as the auric field. And this system wards off or starts fixing and repairing things on its own. Even we don't know how many germs we are battling right now. How many things are being thrown away from us, and how many things are being repaired as we speak right now. And so sometimes a root can do it for itself. When it cannot do it for itself, then is when the 10 on 10 shows up. So it is also possible that for the 8 on 10, that things weren't so great, that there is a big abandonment wound. But some amount of repairing has taken place. Some amount of repairing would have also taken place because you would have all started attending workshops. You would have all started trying to do something to feel better, be better, do better. Whether you all showed up for this, or whether you all showed up for a money workshop, or whether you all showed up for health, you too would have started supporting the fixing, the repairing, and the rectification and the healing of the wound. At the end of the day, what is the thing we do when we bleed? We go to the doctor, we put Dettol or Savlon, we put a bandage or a Band-Aid, and that's it, right? The rest of the magic takes place within the body. So sometimes all we need is that kickstart. All we need is that reset button. And one of the fastest reset buttons, as you all have experienced, are words said in a particular format, in a particular way,